Hi, Professor. My name is Ritkesh Reddy Patlola, and I'm from Group 11. And I'm explaining about the Python. Learning Python is itself quite interesting. It really helped us to deep dive in programming fundamentals and development our interest on problem solving and developing real world applications. The assignment helped us to get an idea about WebSockets. Interesting while reading more about it. We get to know about the messaging protocols. It is really interesting to see client and server to interact via a bidirectional connection. Up till now, we are accustomed with standard and directional call to server, but it really can change our understanding. From now, my teammate Gayatri will be continuing the remaining part.
This is Gayatri. For the project, we have used Visual Studio Code as a code editor, owning to its friendly user interface. We considered earlier that a socket client requests for some resources to the socket server and the server responds to that request. So we are designing both server and client models so that each can communicate with them. The steps can be considered like this. Python socket server program executes at first and wait for any request. Python socket client program will initiate the conversation at first. Then server program will respond accordingly to the client request. Client program will terminate if user enters by message.
Hi Professor, this is Deepu Reddy. Let's start with the server.py file. We have imported socket to make a bidirectional connection between server and client. We have defined server program method which does all the server configuration. We can obtain host address by using socket.getHostName function. It is recommended to user port address above 1024 because port number lesser than 1024 are reserved for standard internet protocol. So we have defined port to be 5000. Then we are instanting socket and binding host and port using bind function. Once we have defined socket, we are configuring the server to connect to at most 2 clients at a time. Now we are setting up protocols to receive data packets from the client and sending the data packets from the server. Let's run the server.py.
Hello Professor, I am Madhulika, timestamp. Now move on to client.py. This program is similar to server programs except binding. The main difference between server and client program is in server program it needs to bind host address and port address together. Let's run the client.py now. Timestamp. Let write something on client side. Let is be hey. We can see the message is sent to the server side as well. Now let's respond with hello from the server side. We can see the same for client as well. Let's terminate the both program by writing bye.